Kishkinda was ruled by humanoid monkeys with different types of tails. Some of them were extremely powerful, physically and also metaphysically. Their king was the son of Indra, the mighty Vaali. He was endowed with enormous strength and prowess. Once a Rakshasa called Mayavi challenged him and he chased the demon to kill him. Vaali's younger brother Sughriva also followed them to aid his brother. Mayavi entered a cave and Vaali instructed Sughriva to wait outside and guard the entrance of the cave. However, after waiting a long time, almost a year, Vaali didn't return. But one day, Sughriva saw blood and foam coming out of the cave and immediately concluded that his brother had got killed by the demon. Afraid of the powerful demon and fearing the danger it could cast on his kingdom, he covered the entrance of the cave with a huge boulder to trap the demon within. Sughriva returned to Kishkinda, lamenting, and narrated the story to the ministers and the wives of Vaali. Eventually, he took the throne and started ruling Kishkinda. However, after killing Mayavi, Vaali returned after a few days, and when he found Sughriva on the throne, he became furious. Sughriva was happy to see his brother, but Vaali, misunderstanding the actions of his brother, attacked him and casted him off the kingdom. Vaali also took possession of Rama, Sughriva's wife. Every time Sughriva tried to return, he was violently attacked by Vaali and he had to flee for life. When Rama and Lakshmana came to Kishkinda in search of Sita Devi, they heard of Sughriva's elaborate knowledge of geography and they decided to meet him. Hanuman took Rama and Lakshmana to Sughriva and shared their plight and established a bond of friendship to each other. Rama promised to kill Vaali and Sughriva vowed to aid in finding Sita. Sughriva was staying in the premises of Matanga Rishi's ashrama. He related the story why Matanga Rishi's ashram was the only safe place that protected him from Vaali. Once a demon called Dundubi challenged Vaali. He was in the form of an enormous bull. The bull charged towards Vaali to brandish him with his sharp horns. A fierce duel ensued, and both of them struck each other with all their might. Slowly the demon began to weaken, and Vaali lifted the heavy bull and smashed him on the ground, killing him immediately. Then he lifted up the corpse and hurled it 8 miles away. But as the corpse flew in air, a few drops of blood from its mouth fell on Matanga Rishi's ashram. Enraged, the powerful ascetic immediately cursed, "Whoever wretch has done this abominable act will die instantly if he enters within 8 miles of my ashram." Thus this area became a haven of protection for Sughriva. As instructed by Lord Rama, Sughriva went to Vaali's palace and challenged him. Sri Rama positioned himself in the woods to shoot down Vaali. An enraged Vaali sprang towards Sughriva and both started to fight fiercely. Fighting continued for some time, and Sughriva was exhausted to such a level that he sensed he would lose his life if he engaged further. He ran away and took shelter in the ashrama, and then inquired to Rama why he didn't kill Vaali and was his intention to get Sughriva killed. Rama confessed that both brothers were so identical he couldn't distinguish one from the other. So once again, Sughriva was advised to challenge Vaali, wearing something unique as identification. Once again, Sughriva went to challenge Vaali. This time, however, Tara, Vaali's wife, sensed some danger, observing Sughriva's confidence immediately after losing one combat. She was aware of Sri Rama's presence in Kishkinda and warned Vali of the potential danger. And Vali said, Sri Rama is a virtuous king. He has no personal enmity with me. He wouldn't perform any unrighteous act. Speaking this, he rushed towards Sughriva, ignoring the wise words of his wife. They both fought valiantly, plucking trees and throwing huge boulders on each other. After some time, Sughriva weakened and Vali started to gain. He desperately looked all around for Sri Rama. At that moment, a powerful arrow flashed through the leaves and pierced Vali's chest. Vali fell down like a mighty tree uprooted, unable to fathom what actually happened. When Sri Rama presented himself in front of Vali, he reproached Rama with sharp words. He asked, "How can a righteous king like you perform such an abominable act?" What enmity we have that you killed a forest-dwelling monkey like me? After all, how will you justify your cowardly act of attacking me, hiding while I am engaged in combat with someone else? You are a sinful person in the garb of a righteous Kshatriya. After hearing everything patiently, Sri Rama replied, "O mighty Vali, son of Indra, you are speaking of dharma without actually knowing it properly. As per scriptures, a person who usurps the wife of his younger brother, who is like his son, deserves death sentence. You had forsaken dharma just for the sake of fulfilling your lusty desires. What else do you deserve? Now, who am I to punish you? I am the representative of King Bharata, current ruler of Bharatavarsha. It's my duty to establish dharma wherever its violation is observed. It's the duty of the ruler to punish the sinner as he deserves. This protects the sinner and the ruler as well from acquiring sinful reactions that eclipses their future. If a criminal is not punished and relieved by a king, that sinner is absolved of the sin, but the king has to bear that sin. You ask me why I shot you from behind. You are a great monkey king and you are very much aware that Kshatriyas hunt animals without considering they are alarmed or not. Being a monkey, the ideal way for a Kshatriya to kill you is an ambush. There is nothing contradictory to dharma in any of these activities. Instead, all of them uphold dharma. Please do not regret as your death has the sanction of scriptures. We all are under the control of dharma. We are not independently driven. When these heavy words of Rama sunk in, all doubts were vanquished from Vali's heart. He repented his actions and passed his kingship to Sughriva. Also, he handed over his son to the custody of his brother.